Savaged. Previously on Savaged Unfiltered.
I hope the fucking country of Ukraine hears this. Because when America stops funding Ukraine, that's when the war stops. They're depending on our fucking money for ammunition right now. That's the only reason why that war is continuing. We just sent a fucking... Joseph, you know where I live. I live 40 minutes from a major Space Force base here in Florida. 40 minutes. I'm seeing black op helicopters and cargo planes by the dozens right now, guys, being shipped off from the old base was Patrick Air Force Base. Sas, look it up. Patrick Air Force Base. You were in the Air Force. Okay?
I was there before it shut down.
Transitioned from Patrick Air Force Base in Satellite Beach, Florida, which is right below Cape Canaveral. They transitioned it to, they kept the name Patrick, but now it's called Patrick Space Force Base. It's a major Space Force base. There's a lot of secret black ops shit going on. And I just seen fucking bundles of cash by pallets being fucking loaded into the things being shipped out.
And that's the issue and the point here.
I forgot to say that to our guest. Damn it.
To your and Sauce's point, yes, there's a difference. Again, each side engages in propaganda. Biden is engaging in Trump sent tons of hardware over to our allies too, off book. There's a difference between what Alex is showing as to on book costs and the black book costs. We are sending trillions overall, total, on budget, off budget costs that the American people and Alex isn't seeing.
And you notice everything that Joseph was spinning, because there's, when you say spinning, you could say it in a good way or a bad way. Joseph was spinning good stuff because he said, I agree with Alex that this is our fight, but what degree, as I cover this in his book. And as soon as you said that, Joseph, boom, you see him on the bottom of the screen constantly writing shit down, because everything that I was trying to post literally by Joseph, I was posting a little bit. I couldn't post everything because I didn't want to turn it into like a fucking, like a fact-checking show. But, like, you were right, Joseph. You were right. Guys, hold that thought. I want to switch the panels here. I want to get into the Jason Whitlock, another political show here. There's three shows in one. Sasa, if you could, Whitlock, if you could join us for 3. If not, it's okay. I understand.
No, go for it.
We were talking with the Ukraine guy. Now we're going to talk about the Jason Whitlock getting attacked by his own race, and the whole Rihanna story of Rocky, and oh God, it's going to be a good one.
I will tell you this, the president is the best communicator that we have in the White House.
Are you sure?
If you try anything to raise the cost of producing drugs, I will veto it.
That the drug deal's going down, knowing that she would never be fingered, knowing that she would never be the one told it happened. And so crime began to drop. They had to know who the local liquor store. They had to know and walk in and shake hands with the local minister. They had to know.
$1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happened?
You know how much I'm going to do with the deficit this year? $1.5 trillion.
No, there's about 16 there I've already done it for you, and a lot more is asked. Another 20 and stuff.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
There we go again.
More technical problems. We live in the 21st century.
Savaged Unfiltered.
Not only should we not be employed, but we gave $30 billion. Did you know we gave $30 billion this week, Jim?
Your host, Michael Gard. Like a Hellcat.
Alrighty, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to the almost middle of the week. Oh, God, we had a really good conversation with a gentleman yesterday from the country of Ukraine. It was to be honest with you guys, it was a fucking train wreck from the beginning of it to like almost the end of it. A lot of tensions between Soslin here and our guest here from Ukraine. I was expecting it. I really was. But I did not know that Sas was going to go like unfiltered, because Sas was ready to fucking rip his head off through like digital media world. But guys, we got a great show today. We're going to be talking about if you thought yesterday's show was good, you're probably going to be in for a treat for today. We're talking about Jason Whitlock. He's getting attacked by his own race, right? People are calling him a black conservative Republican. But even Jason had said on Tucker quite recently, when did I ever say I was a black conservative Republican? Never said it. So just because why he acts this way, he's automatically considered a conservative? Oh, maybe. But here's something. He's not agreeing with Black Lives Matter, and he's not agreeing with that Marxism of spin that they're trying to push. So Jason's like, you know what? I'm just going to do my thing. And he's getting attacked for it every single day. Guys, I got a full panel here. I want to bring in basically Joseph here and Sas here to the panel. Welcome, guys. Happy Tuesday to you guys.
Oh.
Wow. What a fucking show that was yesterday with Alexander there, the guest from Ukraine.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, that was intense.
Hey, Sauce, did you take a Xanax to calm me down at all?
Was that heated?
What?
You know,
was I that upset? Like,
no. I'm just playing.
Sauce got a little heated. I had to, dude. I got heated. I was losing control of my own fucking show. I was like, whoa, calm the fuck down. Let somebody fucking talk, for God's sakes. I felt like I was on fucking The View or something, you know, where like we talk over each other. Literally, I was like, this is not The View. This is Savage Unfiltered. I'm not fucking ran by ABC. The fuck kind of shit is this?
Yeah, you know what? I kind of thought like I was stuck in the middle of some of it. Because I was agreeing with Sauce on some points. I was agreeing with Alex on some points, you know, because, principles, not personalities. And, facts where facts matter. And Alex is talking about the on-budget stuff. And Sauce is right about trillions because some of it's off-budget stuff. So, and he brought up Greta Thunberg, and the point he made about Greta was correct. But at the end of the day, you could tell because he brought up CNN, he's a liberal. So he's dealing in some fact because, he has to on this show. But in other portions,
Joseph, this is exactly what we were dealing.
Delusion. Yeah,
this is exactly what we were dealing with Sauce's panel space last week. This is the beginning of the conversation. The same demeanor that Sauce and I were getting from this guy. You only heard the last part of it. That's why Joseph was like, "I'm going to agree with Big Ten here." You heard the facts that he brought in. You didn't hear the other shit that he brought in, right, Sauce? Because he was spinning some stupid shit. So this is now Sauce and I dealing with what, like maybe the fourth or fifth liberal in about a week and a half. So
and that show relates to this Whitlock show. It's the same thing. Distortion. Facts. Yes, Big Ten's facts about blacks on average statistically vote Democrat. But I can and will show you survey facts, statistics that show 4 out of 5 blacks believe in more funding for police, not left-wing loon Democrat defunding. Blacks as a whole are usually for family values. They are pro-life. They are for a balanced budget. They are conservative in polls. They show that. But yes,
and it's becoming
they are bamboozled into voting for Democrats.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the whole thing that I find important is that the votes and like the support where you have more black people becoming Republicans is becoming a new trend because they got to see that under President Trump. They got to see the success that because of President Trump and because of Ben Carson, they were able to be successful. But now you have the Democratic Party pigeonhole them and to say, no, we're going to put you back in your place. You're not allowed to be successful. We tell you to do all these certain things. And it's not even the Democratic Party anymore. It's like your fascist party that wants to hijack this country and wants to hijack the meaning of what prosperity and what living the American dream means. That's why I think that's my take on it.
Yeah. Before we go any further, hold that thought, Joseph. Before we go any further, guys, I know, we've been having fun with the segments, guys. Get a lot of comments that come in. Michael, what the hell's going on with the show? We got segments now. I'm doing that on purpose. I'm bringing some interest into the show. No, I'm not doing the talk show thing with the segments. No, well, kind of in a way, but it's making it a lot better. First of all, Shaky, what the fuck are you doing with this light? It's orange, then it's white. What the hell's going on here? Leave the white. I don't like the fucking orange filter. Get rid of that shit. Anyway. But, guys, we got an amazing segment coming up here. Towards a couple minutes, we have 2 segments we're bringing in. Sorry, folks, we didn't have enough time to do Lavon's War Room. She's been busy over the weekend. I was trying to get a recording in with her this past Saturday. Couldn't do it. But we got 2 segments on the show, guys. Sauce on the mic, and, of course, Joseph's Truth or Consequence. Joseph, I have to say, before I pitch in with Sauce's new segment, your segment has been catching some headway on Retalk, buddy. I've been getting some comments coming in on that. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you joined Retalk. You should have joined before Twitter banned you, but I'm glad you're there now. Retalk. For those who don't know it, Retalk is another social media platform. One of, umpteen million. I belong to 15 different social media platforms.
Yeah.
Why?
It's a great platform, Joseph. It really is. And I noticed Sauce is part of the platform too. Sauce has just joined Retalk, guys. Sauce, what is your handle, by the way? I know you do that Sauce Man stuff. What is it, bud?
So my handle for the Retalk. So on Retalk, this is coming in fresh. This is actually breaking news. You're gonna
wow.
Yeah. So it's called Sauceman 1776. So the cool thing is that on Retalk, I'm about to publish my life. I'm about to publish a story about my life and how I became to who I am. And so that's gonna be on Retalk, and that's gonna be something very fascinating. So you're hearing that for the first time. It should be published within the next coming days. So that's brand new information.
That's awesome. Man.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
Sauce, I just
Joseph.
followed you on Retalk. And why am I on 15 platforms? I suggest you all be on as many platforms as you can. Why would you want to limit your speech?
True.
Why limit yourself? You're only harming your own cause being only on Truth Social or only on Getter.
I have to say,
on all of them.
Joseph, what surprised me is when we did our last, when I did my talk or my MySpace or whatever it's called on Twitter, which I'm hosting I'm hosting one at 9 p.m. tonight. Well, I invited Mike to only realize that Mike had his account.
Son of a bitches.
Yeah.
God,
and I'm like,
and
the funny part is Michael's like, Assassin, you gotta invite me. I said, or you gotta block me. I said, dude, I can't find you. And I'm like, dude, and I went to it and I said, I didn't unblock you. So to note that account was suspended. And what the funny part
Sauce, do some of your guys over there in Spaces miss me? Do they miss the co-host from me?
Yes.
I know they do. Because space we had the other last week, man, we were on fucking fire.
Yeah, we were. Well, and Joseph, get this. Okay, the same day that Michael got suspended, you know who else got suspended? Real Communist US. He also got suspended. That was making threats.
Save that. Yeah, save that for tomorrow's show. We're doing.
Oh, sorry. Show. I don't want. That's a teaser.
Yeah. Sauce is giving out spoilers for shit.
Spoiler.
Spoiler segment.
Guys, let's get back to the Jason Whitlock thing. What's going on with Jason Whitlock, guys? I got a clip here I want to plug in, then I'm going to get some of Sauce and Joseph's views here because this is catching some headway here on on Outlook. I know he's very affiliated with Outlook, and he's affiliated with other outlets there. So check this out, guys.
That's it. Royce, thanks for joining me on this Saturday. Appreciate it. And let me just explain to Royce why I want to talk about the Vogue magazine cover that shows Rihanna on the cover, basically leading her baby daddy, ASAP Rocky, and their baby. It's to me, and they use the word reborn, Rihanna, everything changes. And so I think the religious symbolism is important and is intentional. And, as Christians, as believers, we talk about being reborn in Christ. And I feel like they're trying to send a message about being reborn in this divine feminine energy.
Yeah. Heavy stuff. Yeah. Well, what's your views on that, Sauce?
I like him, actually. I think he's a very strong Christian and advocate. And I think the problem with what Jay-Z or even what ASAP Rocky is that they're misconstruing what being reborn means. When you're being reborn, or when we accept Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior, or when we accept like his spirituality, we are reborn as thinking a new mindset. Then we have a new moral compass. We know between our right and wrong, and we have that sense of conviction inside of us to say, hey, you know what, you messed up. Okay, I gotta go to this person and apologize. Compared to a person that, hey, you know what, I don't have any sense of moral, and then you go out killing a bunch of people, and then next thing you know what happens, you don't feel bad for it, and then you get harsher punishment. And so, but what Rihanna is doing is that she's twisting that around, stating that, well, it's women's power. It's not about women's power. That's distorting God's purpose of being reborn. That's what I think about it. And that's actually in the Bible.
Amen, Sauce. I agree. And I wrote on this, tinyurl.com, some twist Jesus's words, or tinyurl.com, lib religion, all one. It goes to the same place. It like AOC the other day, pretending she's a Christian, talking about Christianity and how unchristian we are for trying to prevent them from grooming children. I mean, it's just, the world is upside down. I'm born and raised a Catholic. I'm a real Catholic, unlike Biden and Pelosi, who are fake Catholics. And I even coined the hashtag nincompope, because Francis is more interested in spreading communism than Catholicism.
Yep.
Yeah. What's this shit I hear with now Black Lives Matter going after Jason Whitlock? They he was trying to defend himself on Tucker about a couple weeks ago. And guys, it's old news, but it's still fresh news, because he's constantly going back.
When's Jason coming on with us? We got to ask him about that, the BLEXIT movement. Like Sauce was alluding to, it is also statistically correct to say, and we see that more and more blacks are moving away from the fascocrats party, as I call them, towards the Republican Party, which is why they want the open border, for more illegals to be here to vote for Democrat handouts. Because they are losing the black vote. They are also losing a lot of gays and lesbians, like the Levon episode the other day. Brandon Strzok, gay man, founded the Walkaway movement. Candace Owens, former liberal, founding the BLEXIT movement. Americans are waking up from this woke stupidity. We are becoming awake, not woke. And that's why they need more people voting for them to be on the public dole, voting strictly for Democrats to give them money.
I couldn't agree more. And it's interesting because I've gotten so much heat because some people think that I'm radical, and I just want to also tell people this, okay?
Well, you're going to get some heat from yesterday's show too, Sauce.
Oh, I know. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're not a radical. We all know you're just a Putin Russian spy.
I know. Well, no. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm not going to apologize. I compare the Democrats to a fascist or Nazis, because if you look at the playbook, you look at Adolf Hitler's playbook. They're going right off the Adolf Hitler's playbook of saying, okay, how do you steal a country? You say a bunch of promises, and then you fall back on those promises. You never fulfill it. You manipulate people. You manipulate the schools. You tear down the schools' values. And that's why I call it the Nazi party or the fascist party, because they stand for fascism and they hate freedom. And they'll attack anyone that says the Pledge of Allegiance and stands up for America. That's why I get attacked. And you see that happen even within the so-called rhinos, the so-called Republicans. They state themselves Republicans. Oh, yeah. And it is frustrating as heck. Nikki Haley, perfect example. Oh, well, we got to. No, I'm sorry, Nikki Haley. I disagreed on you, and I'm still going to disagree. You are a rhino in sheepskin, because look who's endorsing her: George Soros. That should tell you everything.
Yeah. Now, what you said about Hitler Youth, the Hitler Jugend, that's why they want to indoctrinate our kids in school. And I've written about this too. I coined that term fascocrats, right? tinyurl.com/fascocrats or tinyurl.com/today's Nazis. The left, the DNC, literally has 28 planks of the National Socialist Deutschland Arbeiter Party, the Nazi Party platform. 28 things from the Nazi Party platform are in today's Democrat Party platform. They are fascist. Don't believe what I'm telling you. Look it up for yourself. Get off your lazy butt. Stop watching CNN. Do some damn research. You can
Savage Joseph.
Yourself.
See, and get this, Joseph, and Michael. How is it that an immigrant that's lived under, the only reason why I know this is because I lived under tyranny. I lived where we didn't have freedom. I escaped that. Actually, my whole family did. Not only with multiple people. We escaped that kind of a style of government. And so when we come here and we see something going on, like we see our freedoms being taken away, I'm not going to sit back and say, oh, well, we're just going to let this. No, because it brings me back to my country. It brings me back.
Sash, you should have said that to our gentleman yesterday.
No, he was long gone. He was
long gone.
Yeah, he was long gone. The moment that he's saying that Biden was good and that he's helped, that's a lost cause. That's
Sash, you know why he's favoring Ukraine, of course. Obviously, he lives in Ukraine, and the money's coming in. He's like, we're getting money. Of course, we're on cloud 9 right now. It's great. Wow.
So it's okay to steal from our taxpayers. It's okay to steal from tax dollars. Yeah.
I'm taking a fucking huge hit on a bomb. Wow. Ooh. Yeah.
I don't. And see, and that's the whole thing is that when you live in a country that doesn't know what freedom is, and you come to a country that does have freedom, you take that a lot. But you're going to get people that attack you. You're going to get people saying, well, you know what, Soslin? Why don't you support the Democratic Party? Why don't you support all this? I thought you did. I said, no, I don't.
So is that why Jason Whitlock is getting attacked by his own race of Black Lives Matter and the other Marxist groups across America? The Antifa, anti-fascist group or whatever the fuck they want to be called.
That's attacking me.
Yeah, they're attacking Jason Whitlock because he does not support their principles. He does not support their platform. And what is it? Right. He called out Rihanna with that whole story that we just plugged into the show, that it's wrong and this and that.
Yep.
But no, they're going to attack him. No, you're a black man. You're supposed to be supporting this. Bullshit.
Exactly, Michael. It's the whole left-wing identity politics, racism. Yeah. They are still racist. They were the ones that fought a civil war to keep slaves. They are the ones that formed the KKK. They are the ones that put in place the segregation and Jim Crow laws. They are still the racists. It's just as Candace Owens, the founder of BLEXIT, says, a different plantation. And if your skin is black, you must be a Democrat. That is racist.
You coined that term in last week, Joseph. Yeah, I agree with you, buddy. Yeah, it's just another plantation. That's all it is. It's a new modern plantation, and that's what we're seeing.
Yep.
You know,
and the thing is that the Democratic Party, they want that racism, they want that division, so that we can't come to at the big picture. You know what, and this is why I keep on quoting Adolf Hitler, because the reason why Adolf Hitler was like he didn't want Japan attacking because he knew that America was going to collapse within. But it was because Japan that broke ties with Germany that attacked, and that's what saved this country. And even Joseph Stalin said it after the war. He said, we'll just wait for America to collapse within. And that's what we're doing right now. We are collapsing, and there's a Democratic Party, the Fascist Party, that is pushing us on the brink. It's name targeting people that come from different countries. It is attacking people for their belief. It is attacking what people stand for, and it's attacking patriotic Americans. And that's what they're doing in order to divide us so we can't get anything done, and so they can steamroll across us. And by the time we wake up, it's too late. I'm awake. I don't know about you guys, but
and let's bring this back to Whitlock. Again, it is the whole Martin Luther King. The fascocrats are racists and believe in if you're black, you must think a certain way. Unlike we real Republicans, I'm not talking about rhinos. I fight rhinos every bit as much as I do the fascocrats. They're just as pathetic. But real Republicans, Abraham Lincoln, who freed the slave type Republicans, Ronald Reagan Republicans, Trump Republicans, believe in Martin Luther King content of character, individualism, not based on the collective group that you would belong.
Yeah, amen to that. Guys, we got a lot more here to say here on Savage Unfiltered. Sauce Joseph joining me here on another heated yet addressable show, guys. Be right back after these words. Don't go anywhere.
Savaged Unfiltered.
My fellow Americans, it looks like some things have changed. Are we doing a good enough job teaching our children what America is and what she represents?
You want an abortion? Get one!
Younger parents aren't sure that an appreciation of America is the right thing to teach modern children.
We're not going to make America great again. It was never that great.
When I drive into a neighborhood and there are American flags, it's a message of white supremacy.
I'm warning of an eradication of the American memory that could result in an erosion of the American spirit.
We need to completely dismantle the police department.
If we forget what we did, we won't know who we are. We've got to do a better job of getting across that America is free, and freedom is special and rare. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of enterprise. As long as we remember our first principle and believe in ourselves, the future will always be ours. Ours was the first revolution in the history of mankind that truly reversed the course of government, and with three little words: we the people. We the people are free.
Pick up your copy of America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War, available on Amazon.com and other platforms December 30th. Get it today.
With Metro, imagine even more savings and more video calling, more sharing every memory. So happy together.
Choose from the largest selection of free 5G phones, only at Metro.
Savaged Unfiltered.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Talking about the Jason Whitlock story, his constant attacking by Black Lives Matter and other Marxist groups and woke celebrities, you know, and this and that. God, I give the man props because his show, guys, I highly suggest you check it out, called Fearless with Jason Whitlock. Hat to you there, sir. Wow. Yeah, you've seen the words right there. Yeah, hat tip. I had to do it again. Learn. But guys, we're at the beginning or towards the middle, towards the end of the show. Bear with me, guys. It's been one of those shows, but we're at the point right now. I want to get Sauce here because I'm sure Sauce is all fired up here. Sauce on the mic segment, guys. I'm sure he's got something to say on this one.
Alrighty, so welcome to Sauce on the Mic. Well, I find it to be interesting that a lot of us are thinking that's okay for us to sit back and think everything's all hunky-dory and I don't have to worry about a single thing because I'm okay. Well, I hate to say it, but when you sit back, how do things look after you get up and you realize, oh, what happened? Oh, too bad. We didn't do anything to save this country. Oh, too bad. No, you know what? If you sit back, the moment you sit back and you allow things to happen, you failed your part as an American citizen. When you, for instance, I know this as a veteran, when I took an oath to this country, you know, I said to help to protect this country from the foreign and domestic, that means domestic. That means protecting this country from the government even itself that wants to go after your freedoms. Now, we as veterans know the importance of defending this country, but you also have the ability to do the same. It is by attending and spreading the truth and by researching and by attending and listening to other podcasts, such as mine, as called The Sauce Report, and Savaged Unfiltered as another podcast, plus Joseph M. Leonard's. Because we tell you the truth. We tell you to wake up, to put your big boy britches on, and to go out your front door and to protect this country for the next generation. That is my half tip to you guys.
Yeah, well said, guys. And you know, if you want to hear more Sauce on the Mic segments, guys, we plug them in. Not usually every episode, but every other episode, sometimes every episode, depending on the content, guys. Check tomorrow, guys. We're going to have a episode for Wednesday's show with Joseph's Truth or Consequence. That will be aired tomorrow, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm always inspired by hearing what Joseph says, because sometimes I'm like, whoa, Joseph coming out with those fire bombs. But we're back here on the show, guys. I want to close it out here soon here with Jason Whitlock because, you know, I think, guys, I think what needs to be done, I think we all can agree, you know, Jason, continue going what you're going. Don't let the Marxist groups stop you. I think this show fits Jason very well, you know, fearless with Jason Whitlock, because he is fearless. He's Joseph and Sauce. He's battling his own race. They're attacking him because he doesn't stand for their woke Marxist agenda.
And it's all ironic.
I want to expound upon what Sauce was getting into and kind of what I started getting into also. The Fascocrats Party. I wore my Leonard the Man, the Myth, the Legend shirt again to piss off the left. So I'm about to really piss off the clueless nation again with a fact.
Well, Joseph, you notice in Sauce's, you notice in Sauce's segment, right, where it says "Clueless Nation" at the end of the bit there. You know, yeah, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your JFK party. That ended when he was assassinated. It is Jimmy Carter, who will be passing soon, and the Biden administration is jumping for joy that they'll get to have a state funeral for a week and a half to deflect and distract and distort from their failed policy and put on all this praise for Carter, who founded the Department of Education against constitutionality. We are a state sovereign nation, and states' rights, education belongs to the states, not the federal government. But Carter and the Fascocrats created the Department of Education. Why? Based on the Nazi model, to then control all of education and be able to indoctrinate the children, just as the Nazis did in Germany. These are facts, people. And you can look it up, like I said, tinyurl.com/today'snazis, all one word. 28 planks of the Nazi platform are in the Democrat Party platform. You can look up the Nazi platform and the Democrat platform and compare them side by side. Now, obviously, the wording is different. The Democrats, of course, put spin and fluff and twist the language to pretend it's something that it's not, that they aren't the modern fascists.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it is one and the same. Look it up. Do the research. These are facts, not my opinion.
I agree with you, Joseph. Guys, thank you for joining us here for a heated show here. Jason Whitlock. We got into some, Black Lives Matter. We kind of went off the rails a little bit, but we always usually do because we do it on purpose to educate the uneducated. Guys, remember, like I always say, keep it savage, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys.